Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. It was directed by Rennie Harlan. It came out in 1988 and it stars Robert Englund, Lisa Wilcox, and Tuesday Knight. The story: Kristen, Joey, and Kincaid return in the film from the previous film. Except Kristen is now played by Tuesday Knight instead of Patricia Arquette. And I heard the reason why Patricia Arquette wasn't in this film was because she was pregnant at the time. So they return in the film, and they're no longer in the asylum, and they're living normal lives, and they're attending high school. And Kristen still, she feels that Freddy is still alive, and Kincaid and Joey tell her, no, he's not. But Kincaid has this dream where Freddy is resurrected, and I kid you not, a dog pisses fire on Freddy's grave, and it opens up the grave, and he's resurrected by that. I kid you not. Right off the bat, once you see that, it's like you already know you're seeing a completely different movie than what you saw in the previous 3 films. So, with that, going on to the film, Freddy kills Kincaid, Joey, and Kristen, and once Kristen is dead, Kristen gives her powers to this girl named Alice, and Alice has the power where she can call people by name or bring people into her dream. And because Freddy killed the last Elm Street children, which was Kristen, Joey, and Kincaid, he can't kill anybody else. And except now that he's invading Alice's dreams, he's trying to get her to call people by name and trying to bring him more victims. And she doesn't do it intentionally. But she brings, some of her friends into her dream, and he kills them. And every time he kills one of her friends, she absorbs, something that they had, a special ability. Like he kills her brother, and her brother was a martial artist, so she absorbs that power, her special skill. And all the special skills that they have make her stronger so she can defeat Freddy. And the end of the film, it has where Alice and Freddy are at a church and they're fighting, and Alice shows a mirror to Freddy, and he sees his reflection, and it kills him. All the souls that he took, they're all coming out of his body, and they're trying to pull at him, and then he dies, and all the souls go out of his body, and they're free. And Alice and her boyfriend, at the end of the film, they're at a wishing well, and Alice sees Freddy's reflection for a moment in the water, and yeah, and that's pretty much the end of the film. But the movie itself, it's an entertaining film. It has really good visuals. It was directed really well. Freddy looks really cool. I think his makeup looks really good in this film. It's probably the best makeup job. Either this one or 3 and 4, his makeup looked great. This one looks really good. The special effects are really good for this film. It doesn't seem like a low-budget film anymore than the previous 3 films. But the story has some problems. The dream sequences, there's some good stuff in here, but there's things about certain things about it, like you have the dog pissing fire and Freddy being resurrected, and that's just really lame to me. They could have did so much better job. They could have resurrected him a different way than that. I mean, in the previous film they had where they laid the spirit to rest, they put his bones and they buried it properly and they used holy water and a cross and he died that way. And this is like, it's just so confusing. It's like, okay, he just comes back from a damn dog pissing fire. Was he a demon dog? And how the hell how does this make sense? This makes no sense whatsoever. And then Freddy comes back and he's like, you shouldn't have buried me. I wasn't dead, or some shit like that. It's like, what the fuck ever. But, I mean, it was cool, the scene where he does come back, you know, you see the flesh going onto the bones and he's coming back to life, and that's cool, but the whole dog thing is just freaking ridiculous. And then you got some scenes where you got like certain dream sequences where one of the girls, she turns into a cockroach, and then Freddy squishes the cockroach. You got stuff like that. It's just, and then you got Freddy doing all these wisecracks, and he's like no longer scary. It's, when you watch this film, it's like, wow, this is a totally, they went to a totally different direction with this. So the first three films were scary. The third film played a little bit with humor in it, but it was still scary. You know, Freddy did some wisecracks, but it wasn't too much. This one just, you know, went low overboard, and then it got, you know, even more overboard with the other sequels, 5 and 6. But at this point, Freddy is no longer taken seriously. He's now kind of a joke in a way. He's kind of just making jokes, and he's not really scary. And I don't know if it's just because the actors are not that great. I could tell the quality and the actors that they're picking, especially in this film, they're not that good of actors. So maybe it's just the way they deliver their lines or how they act, or just, you can tell they're not great actors. So, and it's just cheeseball. It's really, really cheesy. Hello, babe. It's like, really? It's like, what am I watching, a comedy? It's like, what is this, like the early Scary Movie? I mean, it's just so out there. It's like, the visuals are great, but it's just, what the hell is this? This is supposed to be a horror film, you know? It's supposed to be scary, but now it's just, let's just have fun with it and have Freddy making jokes, and he doesn't seem like a threat anymore. No, it's like a parody of it seemed like Freddy became a parody of his former self. That's what it seemed like. It wasn't no longer the films you saw previously. So yeah, I mean, some good dream sequences with Freddy fighting the kid that has martial arts, and you know, Freddy is invisible, and the kid's trying to, you know, kick his ass, and you know, different things like that, and the whole theater scene with Alice, and the whole pizza scene where Freddy stabs at a meatball that's one of the kid's head, that's like a soul, and he eats it. He eats the meatball. I mean, different things like that. There's some cool stuff. I have to say the ending is pretty cool. I like the way Freddy died in it. It was pretty cool seeing the arms come out of his, you know, stomach, and the people just grabbing him and pulling the souls and different people that he killed. That was cool, but the film itself is kind of, it's hard to describe. It's fun, it's entertaining, but it has a story that's kind of a joke in a way. It's not something you can take very seriously. You just grab a bag of popcorn and just have fun, but don't expect it to be scary or anything like that. It's just, something to watch and be entertained by it. But I have to say, it's nothing like Nightmare 1 and 3. Even 2 was scarier than this. This one was, you can't take Freddy seriously. So that's all I can really say about the film. It's alright. I don't mind it so much, but at the same time, compared to 1 and 3, it's a step down a little bit to this film. So you want to compare it as a standalone film, it's okay. It's not too bad. But this is my review of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. And tune in to my next review of A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy this review, and hope you have a good day. Take it easy.